Hi everyone, my name is Jamal. I'm from DJ Corner, and today we're going to be featuring the Faderfox DJ3. This is an amazing controller from Faderfox. You can find out more about it on their website, faderfox.de, and it's all handmade in Germany itself. So it's from Germany. It's mappable to almost any software you want. However, for this particular model, we would recommend you to map it to Tractor. That's exactly what we did now. We didn't even have to map it because you can actually find out the TSI files ready on their website, faderfox.de. So what we did is we imported the TSI files and loaded it directly on Tractor Pro 2 so that we can take it for a run. The controller is very small, as you can see, and it's quite light. It doesn't have a built-in sound card, so you have to buy your own sound card or interface. And one controller can control 4 decks. So you can actually manipulate or play with 4 decks from one controller. It's quite nice and small, so you can actually pack it in your bag and take it anywhere you want. With a small interface as well, those 2 units with your laptop, then you're ready to go perform at any party. It has everything that you need as a DJ. First of all, it has the play button, the cue point, and the cue up. It also has the selection between decks A, B, C, and D. The regular crossfader, volume controls for side A and B or C and D, according to which one you're using. You can control the low, mid, and high in the equalizer for each side as well. And you can also have the button of the filter, which is something that is very handy for people who would like to use the filter for effects. It has also a lot of extra features that you can enter by clicking certain buttons, especially the shift button, which is the main button, so that you can access different features. So it's like as if you have 2 or 3 or 4 layers on the same unit, and every time you click the shift button you can access a different layer or different functions. It's quite easy, very straightforward, and very handy for anyone who wants to DJ on Tractor and would like to carry a small unit. Very light, easy to use anywhere in the club or in your home or even at a house party or corporate event. So let's have a look at the features of the... Okay, so now we're going to have a look at the features of the DJ3 from Faderfox. As you can see on the top of the Faderfox, you have different buttons over here. One of them is called Global, which means this accesses the global features, which are the master volume. If you have a look now, we've already connected it to Tractor Pro, and if you can see, once I move the knob of the master volume, it accesses the maximum. It immediately changes the master volume, lower the volume or increases the volume. As you can see over here, this is the master volume. And then you have the monitor volume, or we call it the cue point or the headphone volume, the cue volume or the headphone volume. So you can access it with the second button or second knob. And then you have the cue mix or the monitor mix, so you can mix between the different sides of the headphone as well. You can access it over here. And then you have this one called the tree. The tree is where you can actually access all the folders that you have on your laptop in order to choose which folder you'd like to access. Let's say over here in our case we've already accessed one of the folders, and we can click on that folder and automatically it loads all the music that is inside that folder. Now this is the global features. Now if you want to access the features for one of the decks, then you have 2 buttons over here. You have the left deck and the right deck. So we're going to go ahead and click the left deck button. And as you see now here, when we click the left deck button, you can now access the list of the songs that we have. And you can see it over here, it's already changing. And when we click on that button itself, we can load the song. Automatically now the song is loaded. The other button over here jumps through the song, which is called a seek. So we can actually seek a point. If you want to go forward in the song, or if you want to go backwards in the song, you can just choose this knob. Or you can actually click it down or push it down, and then you can do a cue search or a stutter search or a cue search for a certain cue point where you want to place your marker. So after that, what you do is you keep on pressing down on the button and you click the cue button, and you've already registered the cue point where you want the music to start from. The next one is the pitch and the key point, the key trigger or the key knob. So with the key knob you can actually change the key, which is the tempo. You have to as well to switch it on from here, and then you can access the different, adjust the tempo of the song. If you want to access the pitch, then there's a way where you can do is click on shift or press on shift, and then you also move around or toggle the pitch control, and you can actually, as you can see, change the BPM of the song or the pitch control of the song as you want. And the last one is the loop. This is a really cool feature because you can actually access all the different loops, whether it's 1 or half or a quarter or 1/8 or double or 4 times, and then you can actually access the loop and change the loop as you like. So I'll show you quickly how it's done. We'll just raise the volume over here and play a song. And then let's say we want the loop to be a half loop or a half beat, so we can go click on it, and as you can see it's already in loop mode. If you toggle it to the right, it will go to 1 and then 2, 4 up to 8 or up to 32 beats, or you can go actually down to 1/32, and then when you click it again it just comes out of the loop. So these are the features that you can use when you've toggled the left deck or of course the right deck. So the left deck controls the left deck that you've assigned, or the right deck controls the right deck that you've assigned. So now if we go back to the main features in the lower part of the DJ3, you have the regular play button, and as we said you have the Q button. Of course this jumps to the last Q point that you've set, and of course the Q up button. It also has sync. So you can actually sync between the two songs. It also have the ability for you to choose between decks A, B, C, and D. When you press the shift button, you can change between deck A or deck C over here. So we go back to deck A, and this is the pitch bend. So if I play a song, you can watch here the BPM. When I press on the blue buttons, it gives you a slight pitch bend or pitch down or pitch up. So this is the pitch bend that you can use to correct while you're playing the music. Okay, now we're going to talk about the feature of the effects. You can actually access the effects by using the DJ3 through the Tractor Pro software. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to access the effects now. Of course, depending on what you're using, in this one we are going to access effects 1 and 2. Usually you have up to the function of accessing 4 different effects. So we're going to raise the volume, we're going to play a song, we're going to keep it low so we can play to you. Now there are 2 higher or upper buttons over here that you have to click in order to access the effects. So if you press the higher button on the left, it will give you effects 1 or effects 3, the assigned effects 1 or effects 3. So we're gonna stick to effects 1. Now in order for you to access effects 1 using the toggles or the knobs, you have to assign or switch on effects 1 for deck number 1. So we're gonna switch it on by pressing on the shift button, and then you can see here it says effects assigned, so we're gonna assign it or switch it on for effects 1. So now over here you can see effects 1 is on. So we can now try go ahead and use effects 1. We can raise the volume a little bit, and then you can see now we have the ability to increase or decrease dry and wet. This is the dry and wet, first one, so that you can have more effects or less effects. So this is the toggle for dry and wet. And then you have 3 different toggles for the effects that you have assigned. You decide what you want in each one, of course, through the different effects that you have. So let's say on the first one we want delay, on the second one we can go for turntable effect, and on the third one we will go for reverb. So now you have delay, turntable effect, and reverb on the deck number 1. So what you have to do is you have to switch it on. You have to click the button, and now you can see that there's a delay. There's So if you remove it, the delay is gone. If you increase dry and wet to 100%, click it on, and you can feel the delay. Click it up, and the delay is gone. And now you try with the turntable effect. Let's say turntable effect. You can see the effect. Click it off, and the turntable effect is gone. You can use 3 simultaneous effects at the same time, and you can use on deck A and deck B, and you can also have the option of using on side 1, you can assign effects 1 to side 1 and effects 2 to side 2, or the other way around, it's up to you, but you have up to 4 assignable effects. These are the effects on the DJ3. Okay, basically this was an overview for the Faderfox DJ3 product, which is made in Germany by Faderfox themselves. Quite a nice and handy controller, and it's only retailing for 1,250 at DJ Corner. Please come down and check it out. It's a really cool controller, and it also comes in different models. This is the one that we are featuring now. Later on we'll show you also other models, especially this one over here, which is the Faderfox FT3, which would be cool for people who are using Traktor Pro 2 and they want to access their sample decks and more of the effects. So until next time, until we give you a little bit more information about the FT3, thank you very much, and we'll see you later.